So next year, we're gonna have some new smartphones from OnePlus, the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro. But here's the thing, they're gonna be releasing a third device called the OnePlus 8 Lite. Now, I don't know about you, but this has me kind of concerned because if they release a third device, are they going to increase the prices of the 8 and 8 Pro? Are they gonna market these prices higher and then say, listen, we also have a cheaper alternative called the 8 Lite that's probably gonna cost somewhere under $500. Now the 8 Lite's not gonna be a budget device, so if you're expecting something under 300 bucks, it's not gonna happen, but it's gonna be a mid-range smartphone. What I'm really curious about though is how they're gonna handle the specs. Are they just gonna use a Snapdragon 855 from this year? Or are they gonna use a more power efficient Snapdragon 700 series? Either way, I still think the phone is gonna run very smooth because you have to remember, at the end of the day, OnePlus does a really good job of optimizing the software to work well on their devices. Plus, they don't really put too much bloat in their software. The next thing I'm liking about this Lite is the design. This is probably the nicest looking OnePlus device I've seen in the past couple of years. Sure, it doesn't have the bezel-less display of the OnePlus 8 Pro and a pop-up camera, but it looks nicer than the 7T. It completely gets rid of the notch on the top and uses a hole punch in the middle, but I just think it looks a bit cleaner. There's no fingerprint scanner anywhere, so it's gonna be under the display, just like these devices I have on the table. It's flat, so it's gonna be so much easier to type on. Like, if you type on the 7T, then go to the 7 Pro, you're just gonna prefer the 7T. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like typing on an edge display is the end of the world. Like, it's still comfortable, but you can feel the difference going back between both of these devices. I do like the fact that they fix the camera placement because let's face it, the camera on the 7T is atrocious, the way it looks, but with the 8 Lite, they're gonna put it on the side. It's gonna be a lot more standard. Now, if you look at these pics, you can tell it's only gonna be 2 lenses. So my guess is they're gonna do more what Apple did and have like your regular wide lens and then place an ultra wide lens as the second camera. But if you look very closely at these images, I also see a 3D depth sensor or a time of flight sensor. So portrait mode, having that extra information will give you better results when you take a picture. Now the display is kind of mysterious. Like, we know they're gonna go OLED, we know they're gonna go 1080p, but are they gonna put 90 Hertz in the 8 Lite? I think they're gonna go one of two ways. They're either gonna put 90 Hertz in the 8 Lite and bump up the 8 and the 8 Pro to 120, or they're gonna keep the 8 and 8 Pro at 90 Hertz and just use regular 60 on the 8 Lite. The size itself is gonna be a tiny bit smaller, like 6.4 to 6.5, so I don't think it's gonna be that drastic of a difference. Like, that size of a screen is still big enough. And there's gonna be no headphone jack. Like, those days are absolutely done for most devices that are coming out on the market. So here's what I hope really happens. The 8 and 8 Pro get the standard Snapdragon 865, improved cameras, water resistance, proper IP certification, and wireless charging. If they do that, it's gonna increase the costs of the phone by, let's say, another $50. At the same time, I want the 8 Lite to keep the same internal specs. I want it to have a Snapdragon 865. It doesn't have to have 10 or 12 gigabytes of RAM, 6 to 8 will be okay. It doesn't have to have wireless charging or IP certification, but if they keep like the internal similar while still offering 2 cameras instead of 3 for a price point that's under $500, the 8 Lite will be the phone to get for most people. If they do that, then I'll be happy with the 8 Lite and the price increase on the other 2 devices. I don't know about you. The new design looks kind of nice, it's clean. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.